Shalom, Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahushai, Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahushai, Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahushai. I give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops, a great millstone that taught us his word, and peace and salutations to the hopeful elect across the planet Earth, pushing this truth in the spirit, sincerity, and the truth. Shemai, Yasha'Allah, Yahweh, Allah Yahweh, Yahweh, Echad. Because thou hast not hated blood, blood shall pursue thee. I got this article out of Miami Herald entitled Venezuela military has killed, says U.S. killed Maduro's guards in cold blood before snatching him. So yeah, man, since this man does not hate blood, and according to the scriptures, blood is going to pursue him. Stated January 4th, 2026. Venezuela's military accused U.S. forces of killing members of President Nicolas Maduro's security detail in cold blood before seizing the battle leader and his wife pre-dawn raid. So, this is just Esau doing what he does, going to different countries, overthrowing the government and taking their resources, because most likely that's what it's all about, resources, man. In a nationally televised address, Defense Minister Vladimir Lopez said the abduction of Maduro and his wife occurred on Saturday after the cold-blooded murder of a large part of his security team, soldiers, both men and women, and innocent civilians. He blamed what he described as imperial aggression and said the armed forces were placed on full operational alert. So all this is just, bloodshed, taking over, these nations. It's just all part of him, man. Of what this man does, man. The hammer of the earth, as the scriptures say. But, now this other article, basically Trump was just lying, about the so-called, about the deaths. This is out of USA Today. I don't have a date. It says President Donald Trump said no American forces appear to have been killed and no craft was lost during the overnight strike in Venezuela. They're on a ship and they'll be heading into New York. The helicopters took them out. A nice flight. I'm sure they loved it. So this is also a proud man, just by the way he speaks. They've killed a lot of people, Trump said during a phone interview. Even people in their own country, they've killed a lot of people to maintain power. The point being, he says, one helicopter was hit during the operation, Trump added, but the U.S. was able to recover the craft. I think we had nobody killed, Trump said. A couple of guys were hit, but they came back, and they're supposed to be in pretty good shape. So I'm not sure if he's referring to civilians or the U.S. military, but they're saying that a lot of these military guards were killed in cold blood, and he's talking about how Americans weren't killed. Really, all this was likely to take their oil, because America is drowning in debt. But Ezekiel 35:2, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it. And modern day Mount Seir is right here in America. And we're to prophesy against this place, man. The Lord is going to destroy it. And say unto it, thus saith the Lord power, behold, O Mount Seir, I'm against thee. I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I'll make thee most desolate. So the Lord is against this place, man. So your focus isn't to be, building, your treasures here on earth, here in America, or trying to establish something, man, because the Most High, the Lord, Yahushai, is about to destroy this place. And I will lay the cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword, in the time of their calamity, and in the time of their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. If thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. And blood shall pursue thee, even though thou hast not hated blood, because this man doesn't hate blood. But the Lord's gonna, flip the script once he takes this man, out of power. And he's gonna take this man out of power. Point, because this is the hammer of the earth. It's Jeremiah 50, 22. The sound of battle is in the land, and of great destruction. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? Yeah, it's the hammer of the whole earth, man. They go to all these different countries and overthrow them with the U.S. military. They pump billions of dollars, into their U.S. arms. She gives them that power, to go throughout these different countries. If they don't already want to do the will of the U.S., they'll overthrow them, take them out, and put in a puppet leader that will do their will. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How has Babylon become a desolate among the nations? So this is talking about, America, Babylon the Great, because ancient Babylon wasn't destroyed, among the nations. It was taken down by the Persians, and they absorbed, that kingdom. It wasn't destroyed like America is prophesied to actually be destroyed and laid waste. The next scripture, is Habakkuk 2 and 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. Yeah, these visions are coming to life right now, man. It seems like it's taking a long time, but it will come, man. The end will come. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Yeah, his soul which is lifted up, though Esau, is not upright in him. Scripture say, though, the wicked are born estranged from the womb, man. But the just is going to live by his faith. Yeah, the just, the elect of Israel, the remnant that come back to who they are, their nationality. The Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, they're going to live by faith. Yea, also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man. Neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and his death, and cannot be satisfied. Yes, man, he's a very proud man. The hammer, the whole earth, he is a proud man. And he cannot be satisfied. He always has to take other people's resources, other people's lands, man. And neither he keepeth at home. Right now, we're seeing that. He's got military operations going on in Venezuela. He has military bases all throughout the planet Earth. Damn near every major country, there's a U.S. military base. But he gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, Woe to him that increaseth that which is not his, how long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. That's the main reason, why they're going around, because they got all this thick clay. This is also known as debt. This debt system, man. So they need to take up all these resources. But eventually they're going to get rid of this money system. So, and bring in that microchip. But if you look up that word, thick clay in the Hebrew, The Hebrew word there is I bought yacht. I bought yacht. It means weight of pledges and heavy debts. Uh, yeah, it's a load of debt, pledging of goods, a load of debt. And America is in heavy debt right now. So we look at the U.S. national clock, U.S. debt, USDebtClock.org. You can see it in real time, all the debt that America's under. The U.S. national debt, about 38 trillion. 38 trillion, 39 trillion. And the U.S. total debt is 106 trillion. So, there's no way you're going to pay that off. So they're going to have to reset the system, bring in that chip, that UBI, universal basic income, because all these AI technology is going to take everyone's job. They projected like 90%, of all the U.S. jobs are going to be taken over by, artificial intelligence. So all these people are going to be out of work. So you have to get that universal basic income, man. But what do you have to do in order to get that UBI? You're going to have to take that microchip, man. The hour of that great hour of temptation, as the scriptures say. But I look at this U.S. here as the largest budget items. The U.S. budget, Medicare, Social Security, and defense, war, is spending almost $1 trillion in their defense budget, man. $925 billion in defense. That's why they go to these countries, man. They're able to do that. The U.S. like the three city states. The U.S. is the military city state, Washington D.C. Then you have London, is the monetary city state. They deal with a lot of the money and the debt. And then you have like the Vatican, which is the religious side of the city state. They put out these religious doctrines from the Vatican. So so the Pentagon and the U.S. military, they're part of that military city state. So they spend damn near $1 trillion on their military budget to go around in these countries and take over their resources. But just like the scriptures read, he's a proud man. Neither keepeth at home, He's a proud man. What the scriptures say about the pride, So Proverbs 16 and 18. Pride goeth before destruction, and an haughty spirit before it fall. So yeah, man, pride goeth before destruction. This Donald Trump guy, they're very, very proud people, man. But pride goeth before a fall. Pride goeth before that destruction, man. But the just, they're going to live by faith, man. At the end of the day, faith that Yahweh Shai is going to return and deliver his elect and establish his kingdom on the planet Earth. And with that, just wanted to bring this out. A little article. More bloodshed. He hateth not blood, and blood shall pursue thee. With that, shalom.